I wonder why there's a police car parked in front of the house.
I'm sure there's a reason. It's probably Chief Minutes. He's working on some police business with my father.
What if he's here to arrest me for murder?
Will you listen to me? You have nothing to fear from the police. Nothing. And there's no reason for you to believe that you ever saw a corpse or the blood on your hands that night.
You believe Julian, then?
All the evidence supports his story, that it was your imagination. You never committed a crime, therefore you can't be prosecuted.
I don't know.
I do. This case is closed. The truth is, nothing happened. You had a nightmare.
I'm still furious with my brother, though. And how could Julian be so cruel? To let me think all these years that I was a murderer. I don't think I will ever be able to forgive him.
Oh, hello, Pilar.
Ethan, I'm sorry to disturb you. I just wanted to let Sheridan know I spoke to her brother.
Come in.
I'll only be a minute. I'm on my way home.
What did you speak to Julian about, Pilar?
Well, I asked him if there was anything that you should know about what happened that night.
Nothing happened. That's what he said, right?
Yes.
Of course. He'll stick with his story no matter what. It was just a nightmare. That's all it was.
That's what he said.
We checked my father's story, and it seems to hold up.
I'm so relieved, Ethan. I only believed Sheridan's story about the blood and the corpse because she seemed to be so convinced of it.
So you all think I'm mad?
No.
Sheridan, that's not true and you know it.
I mean, I was the one who urged you not to talk about it at the time, remember?
Why would you have me do that if you believed nothing happened?
Because my first reaction was to protect you. But I knew deep in my heart that you could never be a murderer.
Just the mad woman of Harmony.
Sheridan, stop saying that. Everybody has nightmares.
No, not like this one. It was so... Look, I wish I could believe that that's all it was. But since my brother lied to me all these years, I mean, why should I accept what he's saying now? Can anyone ever believe Julian?
I hate to see what this is doing to you, Sheridan.
It's eating you up.
Accept what Mr. Crane said happened.
Pilar's right. And there's no evidence you killed anyone.
I wasn't there that night, Sheridan. I had gone home to my own children. But when I came in the morning, there was no blood in the living room or anywhere else. There was nothing.
It was a bad dream, a terrible dream. That's what it was.
Sheridan, you did suffer from nightmares back then because you felt that your birth was responsible for your mother's death. Now, that's a terrible guilt to have to live with.
Guilt?
But don't you see, you don't have to carry the burden of guilt anymore. It's what drove you to those men who weren't worthy of you. Perhaps now you'll finally find the love that you've always yearned for, the love that you need and deserve.
I hope you're right, Pilar. I want to find love, true love, more than anything in the world.
And you will. I know you will. I better get home.
Thanks for stopping by, Pilar.
What a wonderful woman.
I hope you'll take your words to heart and bury the past.
There's just one more thing that I need to do. Julian, I just saw Luis drive off.
Oh, yes, Officer Lopez Fitzgerald popped in for a brief visit.
Why? What did you talk about?
We were just settling some past history.
What's that mean?
Forget it.
I hope you weren't giving him more grief about the Halloween prank and the cream pie.
No, we went further back than that, considerably further.
Are you talking about why he hates the family? That's been going on for years.
Well, I doubt that'll continue after what I told him.
Why? What did you talk to him about?
It's personal. It had nothing to do with Ethan or you. And while we're on the subject of you, Sheridan, I trust I'm not going to be grilled again about that night. I mean, I hope that you finally believe it was your imagination and we can lay this to rest.
I hope that too. But there's only one way we'll know for sure.
And how would that be?
I've always hated this room because of the terrible memories that it's held for me.
Are you still afraid? Is your imagination still powerful enough to conjure up a bloody corpse?
Sheridan? Sheridan, are you all right?
I feel better than I felt in a long time. This room no longer holds any fear for me.
I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that.
Well, this is a turning point, I'm sure of it. I mean, now that you know that the corpse wasn't real, I think you'll see that your nightmares will slowly disappear.
Well, maybe it won't even be slowly. It might be. They'll just stop.
No thanks to you.
Sorry.
I'm still angry with you, Julian. Very angry.
But why?
For waiting until now to talk to me about that night. I wasn't valuable enough to the family for you to waste your time with me.
Oh, this is utterly preposterous.
The only Cranes who matter are the men, the ones who will take over the company.
I won't even dignify
I am putting you on warning, Julian. I'm no longer the sweet, docile Sheridan who once feared she had a terrible secret in her past. From this moment on, you and Father are going to have to deal with my demands on this family.
Then it's settled then. No going to Paris. You're going to stay here and harm me. All your fears about the past have come to rest. You have nothing to run from now.
Except community service. Can't wait to get that over with. I mean, working with Luis day in and day out is cruel and unusual punishment.
Oh, Father's right. His attitude towards us is going to do a 180.
You're not serious. You actually think Luis would begin to like us?
Well, at least he won't detest us.
Still, there's something that Julian said that's bothering me. Settling past history, what did he mean by that?